Hello everyone, welcome to today's rendition of Video News. My name is Angie B, and I'm honored to be your reporter for today. Today's special announcement tells us a little bit about someone special. Depression is the clinical term for a person who is going through an emotional and physical disorder, characterized by a general loss of interest and chronic feelings of sadness. Although Robert Flournoy was going through this disease, it didn't deter him from his yearning to help others in need. 16 years ago in Santa Ana, which is a city that is known for gangs and drugs, this man started helping the homeless because his passion was greater than his situation. Their needs were more important than his own life struggle. So he made it his mission to see that they were taken care of and that they knew they had a friend. Robert unknowingly began his journey to fight hunger 17 years ago when he made a commitment to support these 7 homeless people. For an entire year, he primarily used his personal income with a few donations from friends and family to provide these individuals with hygiene products, food, and meals during the holidays and throughout the year. The thought of people being out in the cold would literally keep him awake at night, and sometimes he would go out in late hours just to make sure that they were all right. Through his tireless efforts, he was able to convince some of them to go back home to live with families. Robert was given the name Pastor Bob by the first homeless person he met. This name has spread to the point that spouses of the homeless looked for Pastor Bob just to find out where their significant others were, because they had heard that he was taking care of them. Robert always watched over these 7 homeless people with love and compassion after his work hours. While in the community, Robert saw the need for families as well. Even though they were not homeless, hunger and poverty still affected many. He decided to reach out to others in need and began to distribute at a place called Labor Ready, where this business would find jobs for people who had just gotten out of jail. Robert was so dedicated to helping these people that he gutted out his new refrigerator and filled it with sandwiches, chips, and drinks that he could get to them the night before, and then distribute them to everyone who was at the office the next morning. This business was only able to offer people 4 hours of work a day, and Robert knew that working 4 hours a day wasn't enough, because not only did they have to eat, but they didn't get paid enough to rent a motel room for the night if they needed one. Robert did this for a whole year, an entire year. Even though the families that he came across were not homeless, they weren't getting out of jail, but hunger and poverty still affected many. He decided to reach out to others in need and began to produce donations for food banks and other community organizations. He helped outreach and distributed food to hundreds of families in motels and low-income apartment communities throughout Orange County. For years, he worked with the food banks. He supplied roughly 60 to 70,000 pounds of food per week. This effort helped feed at least 3,000 people as well, and it supported other nonprofits. Robert began to get involved with larger events such as renting out school parking lots and giving out over 50,000 pounds of food to the community per event. This also included toy distribution events for underprivileged and at-risk children in the community. It was on Robert's heart to consistently reach several regions of Santa Ana, California. Over a span of 10 years, he adopted 3 blocks in the city to provide food and basic living requirements such as housing supplies and diapers to needy families every Friday evening. after serving and being faithful to other organizations for 12 years, in addition to working a full-time job, he took a leap of faith and officially founded his own organization, Loaves and Fishes times 10. The organization collaborates with local food banks, churches, community, and nonprofits, arranging, gleaning, and harvesting opportunities for them on farmlands. This allows participants to come and pick up produce for families who may not have healthy alternatives. This vision, his vision, is to get as many farms in Orange County as possible to donate their produce that's left on the fields. Make those donations to food banks and the community. Although most of the money he uses to run the organization comes from his own pocket, he is very excited about gleaning and harvesting because this organic, quality produce provides families with a much healthier alternative to eating than, would be obtained through canned goods. Perhaps what he most enjoys is watching families, parents, and children working together to help those in need, and the spark that's provided when they realize the impact they're having on families throughout the county. He has planted this seed of giving in the hearts of countless people, and he has shown through his organization that the very produce on their plates doesn't just appear. It takes work to supply a nation fresh produce. Robert has created a slogan which says, "Farming. If you're not dirty, someone's going hungry." In the United States, the following statistics have now been listed. To contact Loaves and Fishes times 10, please use the contact information that you now see at the bottom of the screen. This has been a very special video news announcement presented by Angie B and Bartee Productions. My name is Angie B. I was honored to be your reporter for today. Please share this video news segment with others and be blessed.